All right, so listen, we got Frank Martin coming to the Porterweight podcast. 15-0, just improved to 15-0, 11 KOs right there on Fox. What do you call it? Regular Fox?
Yeah, regular Fox.
Yeah, we call it regular
Simpsons Fox.
Yeah, he was on Fox before he was on he was the main event before the pay-per-view started. And I've been kind of high on this kid for a second now. And once I really started watching him, I say, yeah, this dude is the 135 pounder that nobody talks about. So welcome to the Porterweight podcast, Frank Martin.
What's going on, fellas?
The ghost.
Just woke up, boss. What's up with it?
Man, not too much. Still out here in Miami. Well, Florida.
Yeah. Oh, you still out there, man? You hanging, huh?
I'll leave tomorrow.
Okay. I ain't mad at you. Well, listen, as you just heard, I introed you and I said you are the 135-pound fighter that nobody talks about at 15-0, 11 KOs. Why is that?
I just hopped in the game, late, just the opportunities. My first 10 fights was at armories. It wasn't that the fights weren't televised. I wasn't getting that exposure and stuff that I needed. So, I feel like that played a big part.
And Frank, how old are you?
I'm 26.
26. And then when did you start boxing? I know you started boxing, quote unquote, late.
At 18.
You said, yeah, 18. So a lot of the guys that came, that you were right there. Who did you fight in the amateurs that has a name now?
Virgil, Abraham Nova,
You beat Virgil, didn't you?
Yeah, I beat Virgil. So really, my first year, Shawn, my first year at the National Golden Gloves was the first year I met you in 2015.
I remember that story.
My first year.
Yeah, I remember that story.
And then that next year, Dron Ennis had won at 141 that year. And then the next year, I had won it in 2016.
At what weight? 141.
141.
I had 141. Okay.
Yeah.
I talked to you the other day about the guy you was in the ring with on Saturday night. You recall his name?
Romero Duno.
Yeah, Romero Duno. Yeah.
Fantastic fight against what's his name?
Romero Duno.
Duno.
Oh yeah, Duno. Fantastic fight against Duno. I did not see the punch that Fox. I don't know if I wasn't watching or what, but in my ear I just heard, oh, he caught Frank. He caught Frank Martin, and was told the narrative was that you took a punch that they felt was relatively clean and hard to the chin, and you kept you basically ate it up. What was that moment?
I know I got hit. I ain't used to getting hit, but it wasn't nothing that like I'm like, oh, I got hit, I'm hurt. I don't feel that I was hurt. Once I got hit or whatever, it was just one of those shots. He was so strong, you know what I mean? Like when he threw the shot, I was already moving, you know what I mean? So with him throwing the shot, just like all of that, like it was more like a arm punch. So it was like when he hit me, I was already on the move. So I hit the ropes. I hit the back of the ropes. You know what I mean?
Made it look worse than it was. Yeah, made it look worse than it was.
Yeah, from hitting me, I had went back on the ropes or whatever. So I'm trying to get my balance on the process of that. I just grabbed him, just clinch up.
And then the very next round, I think that story, and then when you come into the very next round where they're saying, oh, Frank Martin can be hit. He took that punch relatively well, but let's see what happens this round. And then here comes, boom, counter overhand left. You floored him. Beautiful. And then boom, again, counter over left, and you floored him again. Now, of course, anybody that's been paying attention knows that you working with the same coach as Errol Spence Jr., Derrick James. And of course, while I'm watching, I'm trying to see what's Frank Martin and what could be a similarity that he may have with Errol Spence Jr. and things like that. That overhand left that you threw, two beautiful counter overhand lefts. Is that Frank Martin, or is that a combination of what Frank Martin's been learning from Derrick James?
You could say both. I feel like I've always been left hand dominant. So like when it comes to, I always throw that left. I always I always throw that left, but we have been working a lot on it. The boom, left hook, step off, come back with a up or another left. It's things that we have been working on.
It's going to sound funny, but the thing that stood out to me on both knockdowns was actually your defense on them. Like you mentioned, you land these clean shots, but you were in position not to get hit if he didn't go down. And I was like, damn, that's special to be able to have that kind of an offensive explosion. And then also, if he throws something back, I'm out of the way. So how has it been? Obviously, people just keep kind of tying you to Errol and Derrick James, rightfully so. They're kind of the top of the game. But is it something where you just feel kind of part of the family down there, or are you kind of trying to make a name for yourself?
Oh, no. I definitely feel part of the family, so with them mentioning that and stuff, they ain't no big deal. Just fighting. I feel like just fighting or whatever just gonna make the name for myself.
You get 8 rounds in with EJ?
Nah.
He doesn't want
it. And obviously you're a great talent, but you actually popped up on like the Explorer on me one time, and I think you were sparring with Floyd Mayweather about 2 or 3 years ago. What's the relationship there with Floyd?
I don't really know Floyd like too much.
He was actually catching. Y'all was doing pad work.
The mill work. Yeah. I always went down to Vegas. I went to Floyd's gym, but I've never really like outside of the gym really too much talked with Floyd. Okay. I was always in communications with his nephew.
So obviously you was in the gym and he seen something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get the co-signed by TBE, you got big shoes to fill, Frank. Big shoes to fill.
It's all good. Listen, I'm ready for it.
I heard on another thing they said on telecast that kind of lightweight blew my mind for a second. Of course, you only 15-0, but they said technically you've only lost 1 round as a professional fighter. Did you know that?
What the hell happened to that round?
Man, I never knew that. But like going into a fight, I'm always like trying to be the one on top, when it comes to the rounds. I don't like to give rounds away. I don't like to, all right, I'm gonna give a round away and just to rest or whatever it may be. I like to just kind of like dominate, and then, if a knockout come, that's fine. If not, just dominate the whole fight. So I've always been like the type to try to like win, every round.
Frank, you be still around, huh? You be still around.
It was probably a judge just messing around and just like, I'll make this a 10-9 round for the other guy.
Why not?
Hey, I wrote this down. Great timing, great reflexes, got speed, power, and you're smart. You can use the ring,
footwork.
You can counter punch. You got great footwork. You can be aggressive as well. Where does all that come from?
Just athlete, just athletic. The wrestling, the football. I feel like it's all kind of intertwined. Just put it all together, and that's me.
Yeah.
How long you been with Coach Derrick James?
We've been training for about like 9 months now. 10 or 9 months.
Yeah, because one day we had him on, we asked him who was next up. And he kind of mentioned you without mentioning you. I think y'all just started working together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we were trying to keep it low, man. I didn't grow so much, just training with him. And, it's crazy how much growth I done had.
You're surrounded by nothing but champions in the gym.
Yeah.
And Frank, you got a cousin in the NFL. Who is that?
Jalen Smith.
I met Jalen. I'm not even gonna recall that. I think it was 2018. I met Jalen, and he said, "Man, I think you might know my cousin." And we got to talking, got to rapping about you. And it wasn't until right around 2018 I was like, "All right, let me check this dude out." I hadn't really heard your name before or anything like that, but you got Jalen Smith in the NFL. You're now doing really big things on Fox primetime. In boxing, is that your family? The family is nothing but athletes in there.
Yeah, you could say, we got a lot of athletes. Even our uncles, brothers, like Jalen's brother, he was in the league before Jalen, Rod Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a pretty talented family. Just our uncles and like my brother, they had opportunities to do things, but it was certain things that kind of, you know, held them back. So us coming up, looking at their mistakes, you know, we like, all right, somebody in this next group got to pave the way.
Yeah. And it seems like the family's really big on football, but then now you doing the boxing thing, do you think that's going to be, you know, something that the family kind of gravitates towards now is, you know, y'all going to be pushing out some fighters soon?
Oh, yeah. It was hard, though, you know, because like in Indiana and Fort Wayne, because I was back and forth from Detroit to Fort Wayne. So my mom's side, they in Fort Wayne, everybody in Fort Wayne. My pop's side, everybody in Detroit. So I was like, you know, back and forth. But out there in Indiana, man, the boxing scene is real small. It really ain't too many gyms right now. I think it may be about like one gym out there in Indiana, you know. So just make it. I want to make it a point to get some stuff out there, you know, for fighters and stuff. So like coming up, it was hard to try to even do it because it's something that we don't see. We see football and basketball.
Yeah. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.